That's right. Okay, so watch. We got the globe on one hand and we got flat Earth on the other.
Yep.
Now you look at the evidence and decide where it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
What evidence do you
Because
have?
the government is writing all the books about this.
Do you believe in 9/11?
Okay. The government. I'm only teaching a flat Earth surface right now.
But you're a conspiracy theorist.
No, I'm not.
You sound like a conspiracy.
So the government writes books about the globe, and all these men, these physicists and doctors, they are historical guys.
So you're
Okay.
trying to slander
So-
a whole school full of people. That's okay. I have reading to do. You can't
Okay.
snap.
Well, then you believe what you want to believe.
Then
I
why are
can't
you
change
here?
it.
Why
Because
waste
I'm
your
showing you the evidence. That's all.
Evidence?
I cannot convince you.
Theory.
I don't want to convince you.
Evidence or theory?
You decide where it
Is
goes.
this a theory or is this fact?
It's fact.
It's fact. You have factual information.
I went to Wildwood and filmed Atlantic City at night, and I got street lights. That's 32.6 miles away. It should have been down over the curve 681 feet.
You've done a lot of drugs in your life, haven't you?
I don't do drugs.
Can you get in the middle of us?
A what?
Can you get in the middle of us? Take a picture.
Sure, I can. You want me in the middle? Okay. Why? Monkey in the middle? Is that why?
No?
Okay.
No, we don't mean any disrespect by it.
Okay. Here, let's do this.
I think that's great.
Okay?
Yeah, I see that. I just went over with my schedule. You know, we show pictures of your space, like why she's not kicked out.
Can we take a trip to the planetarium that's like literally right down there? Oh, she's actually here!
Water always seeks its own level.
That doesn't prove anything.
No matter what.
That does not prove anything.
What is that? What are you
Water
trying to do,
seeks its
magic?
own level.
Are you trying to perform magic here?
Water seeks its own level.
You're recording
Put
on there?
that down.
I don't give you permission to be recording me, so you gotta take that.
I can record you by law.
I did not give you
By
permission.
law.
You did not ask me if
I don't care.
So then you can block out my face.
Nope.
And if I see my face, then I continue.
Go ahead.
So block
Do
me.
that. Do that.
I can do that. You're six fucking
Water always seeks its own level.
Yeah, that's water. Oh yeah, that sure is water. What's the rainbow? Yeah, water! Yeah, that's right. That's
Proving the existence of gravity with that water bottle,
No.
even though saying
No.
gravity is magic. But you saw how the water turned. What else would that be?
Okay. Gravity means pulling to the center of the ball. So if the ball does not exist, it can't be gravity. And you do know, you know the core of the ball is 2,500 degrees, and metal loses its magnetism at 1,000 degrees. So it can't even be magnetism.
Well, can it be some of the metal on the outer core that isn't as hot?
No, but they keep telling us it's pulling to the center of the ball. That's
They
why
could
it's
mean-
round.
They could mean the outside of the center of the ball.
Well,
the
you
outer
can
core
imagine
of the
whatever
ball.
you like, and I'm going to show you. Did I show
Wouldn't
you
that
the
make
torus
sense?
field?
The outer core of the
No, it
ball is
doesn't make
less
sense.
hot, right?
It doesn't make sense because
listen,
there's no
the-
curvature. I understand
the
there could
outer
be a
core
core, a ball,
of metal
I understand
wouldn't be
that.
as hot, right?
I understand that.
So that would be the
And I
gravity
reject
pulling
it.
metal.
I still reject it because there's no curvature. There's no curve. If
I've
there's no
seen
curve,
curves in planes.
well, look again. The horizon's always up to your eye level.
Wait, what?
The horizon is always up at your eye level.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay,
not
but I've
going
seen
down.
curvature.
It does not
I've
go.
seen
Okay.
horizontal curvature.
Have you? Okay,
in a
watch
plane.
this. Now let's just say you look 10 miles here, you look 10 miles here, here. That goes in a circle,
Yeah.
okay? But your mind is telling you, well, that must be the curvature. You're not seeing this.
Seeing this.
No, you're not seeing that.
Damn.
Okay,
Where does the water go
take a
then?
picture. Take a picture of that and send it to me. I think we live in the torus field. It's electromagnetic. North Pole, Aurora Borealis, Antarctica, Dome, and we are on the inertial plane. Do you know anything about electromagnetics?
So who put us here?
Well, that's what you have to figure out for yourself. I cannot tell you who
Question.
did. But somebody, something, some ancient civilization perhaps created where we're living right now. It was not a Big Bang.
I think that's like a TV screen or something.
I can't say that.
Question. So I was on a boat and I traveled the whole world.
Right.
How have I? How did I not fall? How did I not fall?
Where did you go? Show me.
I went everywhere. I went everywhere for the whole
Well,
summer.
did you go through the Panama Canal?
No, I went from Jersey.
Around the Cape of Good Hope? Right? Around the bottom? And you went around the bottom of Africa? And you went around Australia? You went around New Zealand? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I went around everywhere though, like everywhere. The
Yeah.
Earth is not. Where
You
does
went
the water go
around.
then? Where does the water go then?
It's held in by Antarctica, which goes around the whole thing.
Where's Antarctica held then?
Antarctica goes around the whole thing, and that's as far as I
So
know.
yeah, it's a circle, so it's not flat.
Circle's not flat.
It's a circle, so it's.
your own self.
Here's a circle, and it's flat.
Yeah, but the way this is.
What's the way that is? Wait, what's the way that is?
Do you want this back?
Sure. Okay.
It's
What's
a-
the way this is?
It's a circle, so
Okay, and it's flat.
it's not flat.
It is flat. Well, you have to find curvature. If you can find curvature and prove that.
How do you explain when you're on top of a mountain and you see it curving over the horizon?
Okay, you have perspective. Perspective is two planes coming together, and it disappears right here. You know those railroad tracks continue, but you can't see them. And you know they don't come together, but they look like they do. That's the way your eyes are focused on that. Okay, but when you get up there, they'll be just as wide as they are down here.
I have a question. I think you watch too many videos on YouTube and you have no fucking clue what
Wait,
you're talking about.
did what I just say?
leaving, no.
Did what
You
I
have
just
no fucking
say?
idea what you're talking
Okay,
about.
you have to leave because you know what I said was true.
No,
It's not.
I have a question.
How do you feel about climate change?
That's not in my thing today. I'm not doing that today. All I'm doing is surface of the earth. Just the surface of the earth, that's all. Okay? Just the surface of the earth, that's all.
So what about the other planets? Are they flat too? Or are they?
The only thing I will say about the other planets are you can't see if they're 3 dimensions, and they are results of what you believe is the Big Bang. That's why you think everything is a ball. Because the Big Bang, nothing exploded and it created everything, and they're all spinning.
What about the moon?
But that's the ball theory. The moon and the sun are the same size from all we can tell.
So they're not flat?
I don't know that. All I can see is 2 dimensions. I don't know. But by the moon, are you going to crinkle it up and throw it out? Thank you. Okay, the moon only has one face towards the earth, and it goes around like this. It doesn't like rotate. The moon does not rotate.
So the Earth is kind of like what? Like that? The sun and moon?
Yeah. Yep. I know it's a wild idea because it's not what you were taught your whole life. I know that.
No,
And that's
I've
what
been
I
taught the
thought.
right thing though.
Well, that's what you have to prove for yourself. You
You believe what you want to believe, and I'll believe what I want to believe. How about
Okay.
that?
That's a deal.
I'm sorry, I don't shake hands.
Okay.
Well,
High five?
air high five.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
You can believe whatever you want to believe. I'm just saying to get the evidence and know where you live. That's what I want you to do. If you don't want to do it, I can't make you do anything, can I? I'm just showing you the evidence. The horizon is always at your eye level, no matter how high you go. Mount Everest, in an airplane, anywhere you go. It's a product of perspective. It does not go down ever. Okay? I am really excited that all of you are thinking. That's what I want, is for you to think. Even if you don't accept it, you're thinking. That's excellent.
Every person that's standing here thinks you're nuts. Nobody's sitting here like,
That's not true. That's not true, lady. It's not true. I've had five people come up to me and say they believe the flat earth.
how much have you studied?
I studied this 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah, but they did all the work. See, we're just looking into the evidence and proving it to
I
ourselves.
was a scientist for hundreds and hundreds of years. I'm right, you're right.
No, you've only been on this earth for 30 years? How old are you, 40? 63. Yeah, whatever. Would anyone like a brochure? You can look into this yourself.
Yeah, click on her website so she can get paid.
No, I don't get paid. I don't get a dime from this.
Guys, there's a planetarium over there at the other building. They can direct.
Building number 13, isn't that interesting? Would you like one, anyone? Marilyn Spirit Level is my YouTube channel. You are on it now.
You are
I'm staying here till the police supervisor comes. And if he doesn't, I will leave at 2 o'clock. That's what's happening. I'm not angry at you, Peter. Anyone have an intelligent question that they've well thought out about the surface of the earth? The surface of the earth only.
Do you have an intelligent statement?
Should I put my arm around you?
I think it's round, but I don't know.
Can I take a selfie with you? Yes. How come they haven't found the edge?
Is it a track right here?
If we get to the edge, do we fall off or do we just kind of go under?
Well, Antarctica goes all the way around the edge, and I personally think there's a dome. Okay? There's a dome. And we know that by looking at rainbows, because it needs a reflective surface to make a rainbow, and lightning sprites. Look up lightning sprites. It's high altitude lightning, and they come off the dome. I don't think you can get through it, and I'll tell you why. Because you know what they call the Milky Way? Have you ever seen the dome and they say that's the Milky Way? You know what that is? The ancients called that the Great Rift. The Great Rift. You know, ever hear of the Great Rift? R-I-F-T. It's a scar. The Milky Way is a scar on the dome.
Wait, do you believe in the moon landing?
No. Would you like that? You gonna throw it away? You look up, type in one of these two videos, and you get everything on my banners and more.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. What's gonna happen next?
Hi there.
Aliens gonna eat us for dinner? You may as well say that.
I do photos.
She's gonna hit you with her stick.
Don't worry, it's flat.
When I went to Westchester University, they gave me a standing ovation. Because they loved it. They all took pictures with me. And they all loved it. So, listen.
Are you not a big fan of Christopher Columbus then?
I don't know if what they put in the books is true. I don't know
Why
that.
don't you think that's true then?
Well, he never made it to America, number one.
Well, obviously, but
yeah.
when you're coming off the earth, he obviously didn't fall off, obviously. He keeps on coming around.
Well,
Even with
obviously.
boating too, you know, when you're boating a long distance, work it on the runway. Okay.
Peter? Peter? Does anybody have a question? Horizon is always at your eye level. No matter how high you go. Do you want these? That cannot mean you cannot live on a bowl and have the horizon at your eye level. It does not happen. It never goes down. It's always up here. Start thinking.
Why do you think it's round? I know you think it's flat, but why?
No, it's not. It's not round. Oh, well, they're all computer generated images, and they will tell you that.
That's true. That's true. Someone from
Look up Robert Simmons.
that is true.
Look up Robert Simmons. He's the guy who puts them together.
That's all.
Would anyone like one of these to take home? On the back is my channel, and one of these two videos will give you everything on my banners. Okay? So look it up. Would you like one? Yes, you may. You have to think. You have to live in reality. Does the textbook match your reality? Does it match up?
Why do you think fall down then?
Diamagnetism. It's not a pull down, it's a push down. We live in a torus field. Diamagnetism pushes us down. Why are you smiling?
Because I want to read it.
You gonna throw it away?
No.
There you go.
You said to him that you don't believe in Christopher Columbus?
I don't know if that's true, everything he
I
said.
have grants for college to come here because my great ancestors have proof that we were on the Mayflower, 3 of my ancestors.
Good, that's good. But I don't know what everything they attribute to him saying. I don't know that's true.
You don't know that Christopher Columbus did something,
He sailed in a ship.
okay?
I don't know that everything that he said was true, that they attribute to
You don't
him.
know anything. That's your problem. You're
No,
spewing
I know that the government writes the textbooks.
the government.
Think for yourself. Think for yourself.
So let them think for themselves.
Think for yourself. No matter what evidence you find, you have to prove it to yourself. Don't just accept things. Yes, I did. Don't do that, whatever it is. I don't know. Don't go there. You were doing really good. Don't go to mock. Oh, is it? Sorry. There's some other guy that had a paper. Okay.
Since the Earth is flat, how come my dad left me?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe your mom was flat too. I don't know. The Coriolis effect is a fake. If you look at videos about the Coriolis effect, there's a basin on the equator. You got to watch how they pour the water in. You got to be very, very vigilant as to how they're doing these tricks to you. Don't let them lie to you. Wait. Sure. Didn't you get one before?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. The Foucault pendulum. The Foucault pendulum has to be manned. If the Earth was truly rotating, it would never be able to stand still. And yet, if they don't manually push it and get it going, it does not work. The Foucault pendulum is a fake. If you do not feel yourself moving, then maybe we're not. Yes. Well, you can feel yourself moving, that's true. Accelerate. Or a curve, you can feel it on a curve. You know when you go around a curve, that's acceleration? You know that?
I think I'm
Why don't you ask here? You know what? I'm going to tell you something. We live inside a Taurus field. You know what a Taurus field is?
Dude, I've heard all this shit.
Well, did you know we live on an inertial plane? Did you ever hear that? No, you didn't, because I'm the only one who teaches that. Yeah, what time is it?
12:15.
Oy, oy, oy. If this crowd dies down, I'll go.
Okay.
Why, you gonna call it quits?
No, I don't want to leave you here, but I really
Stay till 1 o'clock.
get arrested.
No, you don't have any crap on you. And that supervisor's not here yet, is he? Is he?
These guys are like thugs.
I know.
They don't care about
Supervisor's not here yet.
They don't care
When the supervisor comes, then I'll go. I don't think he's coming. Yes, sir?
think about this like those spinning things you find at a playground that,
The merry-go-rounds, yeah, you
those
spin it.
merry-go-round things. So sit one friend on the other side and sit your friend on the other, and then try to, if you only have ball, push it back and forth, and then have another observe which way the ball moves. I think that's how it goes. To your point of view,
I know, when you throw the ball, it curves.
it curves.
I understand that.
So that means that rotation does affect something.
I have watched all those. I'm not uneducated on this
Okay.
topic.
Oh, sorry. I was just
No, it's
wondering
okay.
if you knew about it.
Yes, I do know about it. See, I don't think the Earth moves at all. I think we are stationary
Okay.
and we don't move. But the Earth, the dome and the ether above us do move. And there is an ether.
Okay,
And we
ether.
live inside a torus field,
course.
and we are the inertial plane. This is
do you
the
mind-
inertial plane.
Do you mind explaining to me what a torus field is? Because
Yes.
I want to.
Did you ever know about them?
A torus field? No, I have not heard of
Oh,
it.
it's electromagnetic. There's a guy on YouTube. It's Ken Wheeler is his real name.
Oh, okay.
Look him up. He's excellent for electromagnetics. We live on the torus field, which is in the middle of on the inertial plane, which is in the middle of the torus field.
Okay.
These are North Pole here,
Okay,
Antarctica
so-
around.
So you're explaining the magnetic field to us.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what the torus field is.
yes.
Okay, so just want to.
So it's not gravity, it's diamagnetism, which is pushing us down, not pulling us down. Sure you can.
Can I get two of them?
I want to.
You want two? I love those. I love those
I'm
girls.
looking at the Michelson-Morley experiment.
What's that right there?
Oh, that's a card?
Now, can you explain to me about the what was that? There's a failure in Michelson-Morley.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They proved that the Earth was stationary.
I'm thinking that the point of the
And it was actually...
I've heard that the point of the experiment was to actually try and prove that there was an ether. Unfortunately, after many bits of testing, they proved that the ether wasn't really, real.
Well, it depends on where you get your information.
Really?
What I accept is
Okay.
that there is an ether,
Okay.
and there's no particle theory is bunk. Yes, quantum and particle theory, I believe, is total bunk. It's about
Okay.
fields.
About
Okay?
fields, okay.
Yes, electromagnetic fields. Okay? And the ether moves and the dome moves.
Dome
But
moves, okay.
plane, inertial plane, is stationary.
Okay.
So that's. Did I give you a pamphlet?
No, you
Okay,
did
now
not.
look.
I would like to look at that.
These two videos, either one, if you type them in, you'll get everything on the banners.
Oh, okay. So I can.
And then you can study it yourself, and what you don't understand, you have to look into that too.
No, I'm just thinking about your proof with your meter stick there. I just
Yes, the
realized.
horizon's always at your eye level.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
And that's two planes coming together. That's perspective. And you know what? I'll admit, I spent about 2 weeks on that because I kept telling myself, this can't be true, it can't be true. But it is. It is true.
Okay.
So you have to understand it. It's not something that you get right away.
Well, that's true. It's always true with anything. So
Yeah, that's right.
I want to ask. It's maybe a personal question, but I'm asking how tall are you? Just rough ballpark.
I'm sorry?
How tall you are? Just a rough ballpark.
I'm 5'7".
5'7". I'm around your height, so
Okay.
the
want more?
planet itself is like, how big is your firmament, your dome exactly?
Okay.
You need to get
Have you
more.
figured that
This
out?
would convince. Just this would convince me. This is.
Okay.
I just wanted.
Wait. All right. The flat Earth is approximately it's 60,000 around, so it's probably 20,000 miles in diameter.
So it's
20,000. But this
roughly
is
about-
8,000 in diameter.
Now let's wait. What do you mean? That
The ball Earth is about 8,000 miles.
8,000
Based
miles?
on a
Yeah,
20.
if you were to flatten it, it'd be
No,
wider.
It'd be, okay, so
yeah, you're cutting open the bottom and
talking
flattening
about
it
that,
out.
so 8,000 miles. I'm thinking that if you're 5'7", you're thinking of something that's a bunch of miles. Wouldn't that sort of distort how you look at things? That something extremely far away looks flat to us because of our size, not because it technically isn't
You
flat.
mean the ant on the basketball thing?
Yes, sort of like that.
Okay, so what if I see a very tall building in the distance?
Okay.
Can I use that as a measure? And so if I'm in Wildwood and I'm
Okay.
video filming Atlantic City, which is 32.6 miles away,
Okay.
and it's like right up there. I'm getting street lights at night. So there's no, like, it's not down over the curve at all. And that Ocean Casino is right up here. So the only thing that can interfere with that is a angular resolution, which is like a mirroring effect, which can hide some of the shore.
Is that correct?
It can hide some of the shore.
Okay.
But at nighttime, like when the air temperature and the water temperature are exactly the same, you get your best clear
Your best
pictures.
clear view, yes.
That's
because
right.
the
So do
high
it on
quota
those
sort of,
nights.
moves
Right,
it, if I'm
right,
not mistaken,
right. So do some of these experiments. Like get your
Okay.
buddies together, go down there, do it.
Okay, that's sort of
At the end of like the flat thing, that you think it's flat, like what happens? So like if you like took a boat and just like cut off.
At the end,
Yeah, like see on your head, like
Okay.
how the Earth is like.
I mean-
you think.
yeah. So at the end, the government is all there. They militarily protect Antarctica. The military protects Antarctica from all the governments of the world. Protect Antarctica. Did you know that? Right after Admiral Byrd did his explorations in the 50s.
What do they protect there?
In the 1950s. Now I was
Penguins?
born.
No, I like.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
You don't want to know.
Just-
Then don't interrupt me in
I had a
particular.
question. You didn't answer.
So
You
that
went on by
happened
something totally
in 1959. They signed the Antarctic Treaty, which protected Antarctica. And you are not allowed to go there and free explore. Now, why would anybody prevent free exploration? Why? Why? They don't want you to go. They're
That's not what I
obviously
asked.
they're obviously hiding something.
I
Right?
asked what happens when you go off the Earth.
I
can't, 'cause
can't
there's
go
that ice
there.
thing.
That's right.
I tell
Now,
You can't go there.
Why is that facts now?
I have an extra
You're next. You're next.
Wait, if the Earth is really flat,
Satellite
America's on one
images
side,
via
Russia's
Google
on
Earth.
another side, right? How come it's faster to
There's
fly
no
to
ice
Russia
around
than
the
it is
Earth.
to fly to the UK?
Do you not see the
Go look at the flat Earth map. And
Why
look,
can't you-
it's look on number 6 here. You have either a straight line on the flat Earth map, or on the globe you have to come above the equator to go back down. But on the flat Earth, it's more like a straight line, and that makes much more sense.
But have you seen flight maps?
Yes, we have a lot of that. If you're interested, you can research that through a lot of these websites. You can research it.
How long are you going to be here? Because I have class in like 5
I am
minutes.
waiting for the police supervisor to come, and I don't think he's coming because he knows I have constitutional rights. But I wanted to stay till 2 o'clock, but I don't think so. No, you don't. This is a public place. It's a public place.
Here, I want to return the favor. Here's
Wait,
the brochure.
go ahead.
I have a question. You believe that the Earth is flat, correct?
I know it is. Go ahead.
Okay. So you also would you agree that it's traveling through space?
No.
No, it's stagnant.
It's stationary. As far as we know, there's nothing. Water could possibly, ancient writings say there's water above the dome.
Okay.
It separates the water from the water. So what does that really mean? I'm not exactly sure.
Could you give me what kind of explanation that you would provide for as a way to describe what we describe as gravity?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. That's
What would
easy.
that be?
Okay. So gravity is pulling to the center of the ball.
Yes.
Okay, that's right. So if there's no curve, there's no ball, there's no gravity. It has to be something else. But things fall. So what is holding us down? I think we live inside a torus field. We are the inertial plane. And this diamagnetism is a push down. It pushes us down. It doesn't pull us down. And there is experiments for that. This is the North Pole. Antarctica goes around. The dome is over. That kind of idea.
But if that's correct, wouldn't the force of the magnetic field push outward from Earth?
I don't know about all those things. Just figure out that the surface is flat and then start thinking from there. You have to figure some of these things out. I don't have every answer in the world. I don't. Now wait, she asked first. Go.
If it's not like for what you're saying, it pushes down, it doesn't pull down. So it's not gravity. So what was push down?
Diamagnetism.
Diamagnetism.
That's what it's called. Yes.
So
I just wanted to say.
explain gravity, right?
I explained a force
All right. So why is gravity wrong? I just
because it doesn't. There's nothing pulling to the center of a ball if there's no ball. So it has to be some other kind of a force.
so this is just
It's
assuming
not a
that
pull.
the Earth is flat. So
Yeah, once you get to that point, you're going to look for it. And that's what I did. When I figured out it was flat on the surface, I said, well, then what kind of force could it be?
so how'd you figure out that it's flat? 'Cause,
Well, you have to look at all this. All right. Here.
what is any
All right.
holding a flat beam doesn't
There's
mean
200 proofs. 200 proofs on these 2 videos right there. You type one of those in and sit down and watch it with your friends.
There's also 200 pictures of the Earth not being flat.
Yeah, but they're computer generated images.
So
May I have one of them?
you can have
Yes, I have to get. Yeah, go ahead. Excuse me. Can I get to my?
sorry. Go
thing
ahead.
Here?
It's just another level. It's just.
Well,
It takes courage to do whatever you're doing because a lot of people yell at you and stuff. It's just ideas. I don't know if you believe it or not, but
thank
it takes courage to
you.
do
Thank
whatever
you.
do. So,
I respect that. Thank you. Now I have a bunch that I did not fold them yet though. Yes.
Okay, so I'm just like, if we were to just keep sailing, what would happen? Like, because you said, so where would we go?
You would go around in a circle.
So wait, okay, so here, say this paper is there.
And the same thing would happen on a
wanna
globe.
see my
The
age.
same thing would happen on a ball. Circumnavigate just means go around in a circle.
I have a two-parter. If the Earth,
I didn't fold these, but you can have them.
Because it's in a
Oh,
round.
the
She
card?
said you circle all the way around. So if it's going straight, you're really going around.
Yeah, in a globe, it's the same thing on a globe, but either it's a ball or it's a circle, flat circle.
If it's like this instead of like this, then straight isn't really straight, it's still around.
Right. The only way you can go in a straight line is if you're going due east or due west.
Okay.
That on the equator, though, anything above, you're really going in a circle. I mean, this is the only way you can go straight on the globe, is if you're perpendicular to the equator.
you're showing this
Think about that.
anything about the Earth being flat.
I have a two-parter.
No, just a question.
Okay, so if the Earth was flat, then why would they make that like a round, like the real shape? Why wouldn't they just make it flat? That's my first question. My
This
second
is your ball. This is not mine. I don't believe this anymore.
You're on that. You are in there. And you think the pigeons work for the government?
Why are the governments lying?
Are birds real?
Yeah, why are you
Because when the government shut down, there was no pigeons. Like, I didn't see any.
So, how about this?
What?
So,
Like, the pigeons work for the government.
Yeah?
birds aren't real. They're actually drones that are used to spy on people.
I'm going to tell you something.
And they fly around the
my
planet.
grandfather raised pigeons.
So she's a big brother.
So you want to talk pigeons? You want to talk pigeon crap? Come on.
What was that thing you were saying about the equator?
Yeah.
What was it? I didn't hear that.
Okay, the only way you can go in a straight line on the ball is if you're perpendicular to the equator.
So what does that mean?
Every other place, every other latitude you're on, you're going to be going in a circle.
But when you go forward, doesn't gravity pull you down so you're continually going
Instead of
forward?
gravity, on the flat Earth model, it's diamagnetism pushing us down.
What's that?
That's just another name for gravity.
No, it's not.
How
it's
is
not.
diamagnetism
It's a different
from
source.
magnetism?
The source is from above, not below, pulling to the center.
What is
Gravity
the source?
pulls, diamagnetism pushes.
Yes. So either it's a push down or a pull down. Now you have to figure out where is it. I mean, is what's true.
So if you get to the edge of the Earth, there's an ice wall, correct?
Well, Antarctica's there.
What is above the ice wall?
Well, I think there's a dome. Okay. I think there's a dome like that. You may have one. There's two things about the dome. Look up lightning sprites, which are high altitude electricity lightning, and you can see it come off the dome. The other thing is we did experiments with rainbows, and rainbows need that second reflective source. So
Water drop.
the second reflective source.
Wait, I have a question. The Earth has layers. How do you explain that in a flat Earth? Like there's layers, like the core, the central core.
You mean the geologic core?
Like that there's actual
What do they call it?
layers.
Geologic column. The geologic column. Is that what you're
The
talking
inner
about?
core, the outer core,
Oh,
the
mantle,
yeah.
the surface.
Yeah. Well, there's no evidence of really the inner core that we can find, because in order to have a core, you have to have a ball.
So
And magnetism is lost at 1,000 degrees, so you can't even have magnetism as gravity. Because the core is supposedly 2,500 or something like that. So you lose that there. Now, what are the layers of the Earth? Well, I think there's a lot of interesting ideas that have come around on YouTube. There's a guy at Mud Fossil University. I think you ought to look that up. It's interesting. I don't really know.
If you dig far enough, you'll just go like right up the bottom?
after the bedrock.
I mean, that's all like, speculation.
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate.
Right. None of
I don't want to speculate. I'm just showing you evidence, and you have to figure
So how
out.
do you explain when you're up in the air that you can't see the entire Earth? Wouldn't you be able to see all of it if it was
Well,
flat?
because your eyes have limitations, okay?
But light itself doesn't have limitations.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's what we found out.
Really?
Light has limitations. The sun, which is small and close, does not illuminate the whole surface.
How do you explain Aristotle's proof of the Earth
Here.
being flat and the sun is straight down in a circle?
Now, that was Aristophanes. Okay, this is very interesting. If there's a curved surface, this one without a shadow and this one with a shadow and a distant sun, that works. You have a flat surface and you bring the sun really close, it also works.
So it's like a not strong flashlight, right? Like.
Okay. I don't know how to describe it. I say it's a filament.
So
It's like a filament because the free-flowing electricity illuminates it, and the moon has putrefying light. It's like a negative light because the moon light is colder than moon shade. We have those experiments too. You ought to check them out.
The sun circle the Earth?
How would you
Yes.
explain day and
Run
night?
around.
Because
What about, so Earth is the only thing flat. The sun and the moon are circles?
I don't know. I see a circle. I don't see a sphere. I can't tell if it's a sphere.
Okay.
I don't know. We have some ancient drawings that they have imaginations. Who knows? I just teach the surface and let you figure out the rest. I want you to think for yourselves. I'm not going to put ideas in your head. I don't know. Some people think that the land continues forever. I personally don't. I think it ends at the dome.
Do you think that the stars are inside the dome? Or?
Yes. Yes. Everything is fixed to the dome.
How do you explain stellar parallax then?
There is no stellar parallax. There is none. You prove it to me. Where is it? Show me stellar parallax. Come on. Nope, doesn't happen.
So
there's no parallax with the stars.
So
Never, ever, ever. And guess what the swastika is? Guess what the swastika is? Guess what that is?
What is it?
It's the Big Dipper at the Four Seasons.
The swastika?
Yes, that's where it originated from. Now it's taken on many different meanings through the years, hasn't it?
So we're not in the Big
in the Big Dipper?
Milky Way?
No.
The Milky Way. Is there like we're not in the Milky Way? The Milky Way is in the sky?
All right, here's the Milky Way. This is my personal thing. The Milky Way is the giant rift, and it's not the Milky Way at all. It's just a scar on the dome.
So
it's a
That
scar.
means there's things outside the dome then.
The only thing I think is outside the dome is salt water. That's all. That's what I think.
We're underwater.
So we're in an ocean?
I think we are.
Like in a larger flat Earth?
So we're a disc
It's like a snow globe. Yeah, I think so. That's what ancient writings say. That's just what ancient writings say. I don't really have a proof of that.
Ancient writings say a lot of things.
They do.
You know what else
And you
is
know
like?
what says more?
Modern writings.
All this modern stuff. They could tell you anything and we'd have to believe it, right? Are you the supervisor?
No, I spoke with my supervisor.
No, I have to see him in person. I have that right.
So, like we discussed before, it's quasi-public. You're allowed to be here, allowed to protest. You're not outside the building.
I'm not protesting.
Whatever this is.
Okay,
right?
whatever.
You're just not allowed to be inside the building, okay?
I didn't do that.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just letting you know you can't go inside the buildings because you're
Thank
not a
you.
student. All right, man?
Okay, have
All
a good day.
You too.
They're trying to silence us, guys.
Now I want you to know what happened. This is the third time I'm going to say on video. Free speech has won. This is the third time within the past 2 or 3 weeks that I've gotten hit with police and everything. You just have to stand your ground, and no matter what, you guys, you're going to come across this. You have to know your rights.
You know that you can't go inside.
No, they threatened me. They threatened me. No, you weren't here.
Okay.
Here they threatened you?
Yes.
We have a question back here.
Yes, ma'am. I have the right to do that. Do you want to see my rights? I have the court cases already.
You're really prepared. Does this happen a lot? You go around a lot?
I go everywhere. I go everywhere and do this.
Did you say you go around the globe?
No. But listen, stand here. Take one step forward and stand there. Okay. She is the North Pole. I have my compass. I am circumnavigating the North Pole. See? It's pointing to the North Pole. I just went around the North Pole. My compass always points to the North Pole. And I just circumnavigated her. Got it? That's how it works. But now, here's another question. If I'm in Australia and here's the North Pole, how does that work? I ask the Boy Scouts this all the time. How does that work? Does it go through the globe?
Can I see your ring business card?
No, you can't touch it. I'm sorry.
Well, if you open it up, that's actually a good diagram of how the magnetic poles work. They go around.
It's a torus field, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can I get one too?
Do you see how this has all progressed? I'm so excited. This is wonderful. See, you guys who are left, you are the ones with the open minds. You are looking, you're searching, you're thinking. Okay? That's good. It doesn't matter if you make fun a little bit. It doesn't matter. You still, like there's something having you here and thinking and looking and listening. That's what I'm saying. Are you? So you're just bored?
Yeah.
Are you?
Okay.
Do you have any interest in trying to go to the edge of the world? No interest?
Because I'd never come back. I would never come back. They would not allow me to bring back any information.
So where have you been?
Well,
What schools have you been to?
Westchester.
Okay.
All the community colleges in Pennsylvania on the eastern, in the east.
Has any private institution allowed you in there?
I'm sorry, let me answer his question.
I want to know, what ancient writings have you used for the evidence?
A lot. The Quran says he laid it out like a carpet. Does a carpet go over a hill? Well, only if you sweep your dirt under it, maybe. But it's flat. A carpet is flat. And he put it out like a tent. Now, there was an old-fashioned tent called a huppah. I think that's what it is, a huppah. It's round. It's a round tent. And that's how he laid out the dome. There's a lot of ancient writings about this. It's not just the Bible. There's more. There's more.
Do you have these scheduled on your website, or is it you just use?
Well, this one Peter wanted me to come to because he lives in New Jersey. I traveled an hour and a half to be here.
Have you ever been on a plane?
How do you make money?
My dad was a pilot. He flew off aircraft carriers, and then he became a math teacher. Okay?
Why do you believe this?
I also dated a pilot who owned an airport. And I flew every week.
Does he know that they're in this flat?
My dad died in '99. I wish he had stayed alive. This would have been an excellent study to do with him. I would have been so excited. So yes.
Do you believe that there's do you think the Earth is hollow?
I don't think so, because it would have to be a ball to be hollow, right?
What's under it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Are we the
So
only
if
thing
you
in the
think
universe?
you go to the end of Antarctica,
Dude, I lost a fantasy.
that there's
I think it.
there's a block.
Yeah, I think there's a dome. Yeah, the dome is at the end of Antarctica. That's what I think.
I want to talk about what we think is outside the dome.
Then why can't you fly from here to Australia by going either east or west?
Australia doesn't exist.
If you look at item number 6, you'll see an example of the flight paths, and all those are on these two videos in the back. You type one of them in, you'll get everything on my banners and more. See the numbered blocks? The ones with numbers on are on that video.
I respect that you come out here though and you do it to try to get the message out.
Thank you.
You guys do.
And-
I don't really know if I'm fully
Well,
in it, but
where you can do what?
Where I can learn more about.
Well, this video, these videos, that's what you have to type in.
is that being filmed?
Yes, you are. Say hi.
Hello.
What's up, OCC 20?
That's on my.
19 all year long.
It's on my website, my YouTube channel right there.
Stop being sheep.
I have a YouTube.